it's Michelle Joy Phelps with BehindTheGloves.com, and I am here in Atlantic City, where as you can see right behind me, Sergey Kovalev defeated Bernard Hopkins in what many expected him not to do. He is currently now the new IBF, WBA, WBO light heavyweight champion of the world.
Make big fights, right, Cassie? Right, big fights, right, Oscar? We want to make big fights with all the champions. And when you put two guys in there that has pride and has championship titles, whether they're legends or they new champions, or current champions, they got to build their legacy up from there. This, what you do, this what you risk, and this what boxing should be all about. And this what you'll get. So I just hope everybody enjoyed the main event, because there's more to come. At least from us. I can't speak from any other promoter. But at least from us, Golden Boy Promotion is looking to do big fights in big weight division. And the light heavyweight division, you just seen the best of the best in the ring. Any questions? What about you? What about me? You fighting it? Asking me to fight right now, just like asking a woman that just was a 9-hour labor to have, she might have a baby. So, but I tell you what, I tell you what, you can't take nothing away from the champ. You can't take nothing away from Kovalev, Sergey. He fought a smart fight. He knew to not engage in something that was going to benefit me, which is, my style. But he fought a good fight, and you know what? Tonight was a good night for the light heavyweight division and for boxing. I really mean that. As this is the business side of Bernard Hopkins talking, because I have enough sense and enough knowledge of the game to understand where we talk before the fight. Y'all know what that is. Most of us mean it, but at the end of the day, this is what this should be about. I don't duck anyone, he don't duck anyone. And we showed tonight, we gave y'all, I'm hope and sure, some entertainment. And so, let's just hope this becomes something very, very, common in boxing. Any more questions? Yes, yeah. After going 12 rounds of fighting, I don't remember nobody right now.
Thank you. When he's done, come in. Media only, please.
Hey, Bernard? Bernard?
Can you assess Kovalev's punching power? He did drop him. That's not a common thing. What kind of puncher is he really? We've seen so many great knockouts in him, but how hard is he?
Well, I think, not taking that away from him, but I think that one or two of those punches was flash knockdowns. It wasn't a punch where I was all over the place. I recovered very quickly, as you know. Well, I think the fight went the distance. But I just got a great chin. I can take a punch. I mean, forget the age. I can say 49 years old, 50. Bernard, you can take more than a punch. I'm not going to even ride on that. Y'all make that assessment. But I think. And I've never been in a business to prove whether I can take a punch or not, because I try to tell the fighters, including Sergey right now, is that you don't last long trying to take punches and proving you can take punches. Yes, we know that it's a possible chance you're going to trying to hit somebody, but the volunteer to say you can take one is a fool. And if you want to stay around and be a great champion, that advice will take you a long way, because you got the skills, as you know. You got the titles to prove it. So my thing is, this man is a champion. As far as I'm concerned, he is the guy to beat at the light heavyweight division. And so for credibility, that's why I took a shot, because the danger is always there with a puncher. And obviously, the other light heavyweight didn't want to fight him. And I chose to fight him. And I'm not looking for a cigar for second place or a pat on the back. No, I'm not, because I'm not that type of guy. But I'm just saying I recognize real. And I've been in there with a lot of great fighters, from the middleweights to now. And Sergey is the real deal. I don't care if he's from here, United States, or Russia, or whatever, you got to respect the man. And I respect him, and I'm pretty sure he respects me too.
Were you determined to last out that round?
I was determined to try to hit him so I could put him down. I wouldn't. Did that look like it was trying to survive in the 12th? We was rumbling. I mean, think about it. It wasn't. Listen, I could have tried to hold him and grab him, with most sensible people would have tried to do, right? I was trying to swing and hopefully get some shots in where things can be changed around to the end. And that's what you're seeing in the 12th round. So no, I wasn't going to run around and hold and do things to just get by and say I survived. When you look at it tomorrow, when it's replayed on HBO, you will see in your own living room that me and Sergey was throwing punches all the way up to the bell ring. And that's what it's all about. Yes, I'm always a smart thinking fighter first, but sometimes you just got to bite down, man. And he bit down, and I bit down. And you know, you got to respect that. You got to respect that. Well, everything that's said, I mean, it's not even hard to really to try to explain what you've already seen and what we just already talked about with the 3 or 4 questions before yours. First of all, he has, I believe, will be a Hall of Fame trainer who worked with me and I worked with him, and it's John David Jackson. And you got to give him respect. Because John David Jackson, for whatever you think, is a school student of the game, and he comes from the school of the game. And he had just much trainers in Philadelphia when he lived there for many years, like myself. So you gotta look at his teacher too, not a trainer, a teacher, and you gotta look at that, and you gotta look at now what the product become. And that's just what it is. So when you got that, you can't take it for granted. You can't take that particular Sergey for granted, because you know he got a good teacher. You know, we say what we say to try to throw things off, but at the end of the day, we know that John been in the trenches with us. John been in the trenches by himself in Philadelphia for many, many years when he was champion. It's John David Jackson. So that has to be respected, and that played out today. So you have to give him credit and give him credit and applause right now, because he did a fine job.
Bernard, you had mentioned maybe afterwards some of the things that Sergey was doing that were giving you trouble. What were the things that you felt that you couldn't do during the fight?
Well, first of all, I couldn't overpower him. I couldn't overpower. I don't know if it just felt. I just felt like a middleweight in there, maybe a super middleweight in there with a cruiserweight. I don't know what it looked like to y'all, but I couldn't get in the range that I wanted to get into, and the range was the length. You know, whether it was his height, his reach, his stepping back, because he was stepping back when I wanted to engage. When I wanted to engage, and that's smart, because we are taught not to engage because a guy your opponent want to engage. I mean, you fight when you want to fight. You make him fight when you want to fight. That's part of the strategy of any seasoned fighter, is taught from a teacher that had been taught himself, and that's what it was. I really couldn't get inside to do the work I wanted to do, and I had some success, but not a lot. I had some success here and there, but it wasn't enough to put some early rounds in the bank and get his respect to the point where he got off his game, because he never got off his game. And you know, there was some excitement at the end, but he controlled it earlier more than I did, or I got my little rounds at the end of the fight.
How much or how little of that do you feel is because you're 49 and you can't do maybe what you might have been able to do a few years beforehand?
Well, everything he did because I'm 49 then. No. Listen, my age has been well publicized. I'll be 50 January 15th. I'm closing in on it. And like I said, I won't teach my kids or anybody else to be happy for second. I don't like to lose. My track record shows that. And to say 50, you won because of your age, that's taken away from him, and I don't think nobody should do that. I think that being 50 and being me is different than any other fighter you can put in there in any era. With any guy that would do the game plan or map the game plan or study the game plan that Sergey did, you just got to take your head off to him. But I know for a fact that win, lose, or draw, I don't go out saying I'm 49 because things didn't go my way. Because if you ain't supposed to be in there, you shouldn't be in the ring, no matter what age you are. If you don't want to be in there, what age you lose, you lose. So my thing is, I want to go in there and make history and be the light heavyweight champion of the world. Like I said to Oscar when he was doing this fight, or putting this fight together. And I told the world I wanted to leave the game, or at least establish what I did in the middleweight division. And I had my shot, and that's cool. That's what happens. I know he was watching me when he was in high school. I would have got the hell out of there 10 years ago.
So now that we're going to hear from the champion in a moment. Now that Bernard has made most of my speech for me, I don't have much left to say. We really appreciate his class and his incredible effort tonight. But as he said, the torch has been passed. I have a couple of thoughts. One is just the moment I sat down, I realized the last time I sat in that chair, the great Arturo Gatti was sitting next to me in that one. And I can't think of anyone who it gives me more pleasure to say that he is the man sitting there now, the man who has taken his place. I think he's going to have a great history in this room, in this building, in this sport, and nothing makes me happier than to be able to introduce him to you. I learned a long time ago in this business that generally you get the outcome in these great fights, the big fights, you get the outcome that is least likely, the one nobody expected. And I think tonight, to watch Sergey Kovalev outbox a great boxer, to go in there with John David's game plan and literally put on a clinic on how to box against a great boxer is pitch a shutout. I don't think that's anything anybody would have expected, and I do think that is the least likely outcome. We got it. We found out he can go 12 rounds. We found out that he can box with the very best in the world. And again, Bernard said it all. The title is in very good hands. It's going to stay there for a long, long time. So it is my pleasure to introduce to you WBO, WBA, and IBF light heavyweight champion of the world, unified champion of the world, Sergey Crusher Kovalev.
Hello. Again to everybody. I want to say only one thing is the most important for me, that I got my dream, one of my dreams in professional boxing. It's a unification fight, and I got 2 more titles. It's very exciting things for me, and I wanna thank to my team, Main Events, and group of my coach, John David Jackson, Derek, and Quan, and Don Turner, my manager, Regis Klimas, and very big respect to Bernard Hopkins for this opportunity. He's 49 years old. It's unbelievable his age and fight with me. 12 rounds. I was very surprised, really. I hurt all my hands to punch his head. He's very very hard punches. Very big respect to him, and thank to Golden Boy Promotion to make this opportunity for me. To all my fights, to everybody who came to this arena, Borough Hall Arena, who watched HBO last night. Any questions, please? No, I didn't yet because I do right now my job. I think that my son understands and will understand everything, and my wife understands everything, because what I'm doing right now, I'm doing for my family, for my future and the future of my family. You know, like if no fight, and we'll be at home with my wife and with my child, not fight. When I get the money, when I get 2 more titles, you know, like on the street, no, enough. I did enough job in Russia on the street. Right now, I wanna fight with the best fighters in the world on HBO. He's the best fighter in the world in light heavyweight. It's Bernard Hopkins. Come on, he's a very great boxer. What you saw, it was a strategy. Yes.
The strategy was pretty much what Sergey did. Walk him down behind the jab, go to the body. You know, Bernard's a great fighter, but his time has come, and you know he had to do what he wanted, what he needed to do. Now, we're not looking for one-shot knockout, because you wouldn't get that. So he had to use that jab and make Bernard feel the body shot, would slow Bernard down and allowed him to every now and then be successful with his combinations and drop Bernard once and stagger him a couple of times. But it wasn't an easy task, and we knew that going in. That'd be tough to not only try and stop him, but to try to knock him out. So we weren't looking for the knockout. We were just looking to dissect each round and hopefully have it turn out the way it did, unanimous decision in our favor.